All right. Phil, Brad, you guys are welcome to chime in as we go through this and as we talk about some of these different things. But what I want to talk about first right here is chapter 6. I apologize. I started off by saying it's chapter 5, but we'll start off with chapter 6 with here. And this is how riches come to you. And this chapter starts off really strong with it. And it says, you will not, in order to get rich, you will not need to deal with people unfairly. You do not have to get something for nothing, but can give to every man or woman more than you take from him. I love that. And I love the way that he starts that, because what we are in the business of, we're in the business of providing value. And if you truly want to get rich, the best way to get rich is to provide more value than anybody else out there. And I think that that's why we're so dedicated right now here as a team to be able to provide this to you guys in the morning, these morning mentality. And also as we start to go through this, is that the people that get this, the people that are truly sharing these, I really welcome you to invite your friends and family to these. And the reason being is right now what we're looking for, what we're needing, is we're needing the man or woman who has the ability to see a vision of what is to come. And what's to come, it's going to be good. And we know that there's going to be people that are going to struggle through this, but this idea of providing value is very innate in everything that we're doing. It says you cannot give every person more in cash market value than you take from him, but you can give him more in use value than the cash value of the thing you take from him. So what does that mean? That means that you provide more value, more use value than you do in the cash that you receive. We really, really are trying to take that to heart in everything that we do, guys. Every single thing that we do, we are trying to make sure that there is a lot of use value, far more than any of the cash value that we come in. That's been our goal from the very beginning. And I believe that this book has influenced how we started the business and how we're going to continue to run the business. The question you have to ask yourself is, do you believe that? And right now, one of the best things that we can do for people is to go out there and to make lives better. We can talk about what is to come. You can dream build with people. But this one right here, this part of this chapter 6 too, because remember, this is how riches come to you. So it says, when you rise from the competitive to the creative plane, you can scan your business transactions very strictly. And if you're selling any man anything which does not add more to his life than the thing he gave you in exchange, you can afford to stop it. I love that. I absolutely love that. And I love this book. I love the things that it teaches us. I love the things that it's talking to us about. And the reason why I love it is because, look, if you are not providing value, you should stop doing it. And if you cannot get above the competitive frame and get to the creative plane, then you also realize that you're in the wrong state of mind. And so as you start to analyze all the value that we're trying to put into this and some of the new things that will be coming out here, obviously that some of our replicated sites and our things like the app that were supposed to come out before the virus, that's outside of our control. But you're going to see those. We finished our part, and you're going to see this value that we continue to preach as a part of our replicated sites, as a part of the teachings that we're giving. This Peak Performance Institute that we are starting with it is to make your life better. We truly are an exclusive value company, but more than that, we are also a company that's dedicated to the human optimization. So those of you who are on here yesterday, remember, as I talked about a daily method of operation, if you are not seeking to improve yourself every single day, if you're not, then you need to really analyze where you're at, because this self-improvement, this human optimization is a big part of your ability to overcome obstacles, to feel that the things are within your control. But if you want riches to come to you, this is as good I love this one, because he's basically talking mindset with this. You do not have to beat anybody in business. And if you're in business, which does beat people, get out of it once. He's not saying that you're not competitive. He's not saying that you're not out there doing it. What he's saying is, if you're in the business of beating down other people in order to make your business work, then you're in the wrong business. Guys, we absolutely focus on the benefits of what we have to offer with it. There is competition out there. Number one competition that we're feeling right now is fear. But the number one thing that we've emphasized from the beginning is there's nobody out there that's going to be able to provide the value that we give. There's a lot of opinions. There's a lot of different things out there on what it is that you have to do to be successful in business. But not only should you get out of the competitive mindset, but in the creative mindset. What he's saying right here is give every person more in use value than you take from him in cash value. That is the best thing you can take from this. Says then you're adding to the life of the world by every business transaction. So if we are out there concentrating on providing value, if we're out there truly trying to help people, then we become creative rather than just trying to beat everybody at everything. I'm a competitive guy. I love to play sports. I love to watch sports. I love to be involved with people who want to get better day by day. But the emphasis that he's giving with this is if you're in it just to beat other people and not give value, then you're going to see that your business is going to have difficulty. From there, he moves on and he goes to this one. He says, if you want, he called it a sewing machine, but I didn't think there's a lot of people right now that wanted a sewing machine, so I replaced it with car. If you want a car, hold the mental image of it with the most positive certainty that is being made or is on its way to you. After once forming the thought, have the most absolute and unquestioning faith that the car is coming. Never think of it or speak of it in any other way other than it being sure to arrive. Claim it as already yours. I'll show you guys. It's in my coat that I was wearing. I carry my personal statement around with me all the time. And I read it before I go to bed and I read it when I wake up every single day. I've got a stack of, oh, here it is. It's right here. I set it down right before I started. It's right here. I put it in an old baseball card holder, and on the back of it, I list the things that I want and the things that I am working for. And I say this out loud every day. And I started off with this: I'm so happy and grateful for. That's how I started off. And then I go through the different things: my connection with God, my amount of income that I want to make, my peace of mind with work and friends, how many active affiliates that I want in the business, and a healthy body and a happy family. Guys, this is written in a present tense, and I'm claiming these things as already mine. And I read them out loud in the morning and the evening, and I keep it with me. And every single time I put my hand in my pocket, I actually felt weird putting my hand in my pocket and it not being there. And guys, I carry it with me all the time, and I take it very, very seriously. And people may think that that's hokey, and people may think that, why would you do that? Well, I do that because of this. I love this part of it. And this is quoting the Bible afterwards, and it doesn't matter which religion you are. This is a beautiful statement right here. You do not need to hesitate about asking largely. And this is what's taken from the Bible. It is your Father's pleasure to give you the kingdom. Guys, life is constantly expanding. Life is constantly getting bigger and bigger. And it is absolutely something that I believe that our Maker, that the God above us, wants us to be happy, and he wants us to have and do good things with what we earn. And let me look at some of these comments on here. Looks like a bunch of different people have hopped on with it and they're saying hi. But as Phil wrote, constantly add value, give more in every aspect. That is summarizing that chapter 6. I encourage you guys to read that. I encourage you guys to go through that. And I would encourage you guys to start to understand that you can set yourself up perfectly to succeed now and to succeed in the future with the weeks to come. And I'm going to give you a brief overview also right now of becoming an authority in your business. When I'm complete with this, I'm going to go through this entire deal. I call it the Video Star Academy. It's something that I've done in the past. And as I've also expressed to you guys, during this time, I think you're perfectly situated to go out and start to connect with people. And yesterday on the call, I talked about a gentleman that I did some of these techniques that I'm going to start to show you. He contacted me 4 years afterwards. It just shows you that people are looking for connection. And if you didn't see it, take a look on the G for Member Affiliates. I streamed it live yesterday. But go through and look at what I posted at the end of the call yesterday. I tell you, go through all of it. Each of these are about 30 minutes, and I'm starting them with your mindset, and then I'm going into some simple things that you can do on the internet. Let me share this with you guys. Let me share my screen. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to go through it more thoroughly, and I'm going to show you how it is that I always, when I was in the field, when I was a distributor with another company, how I always had a million leads. I always did. I never had a problem for leads. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys is becoming an authority in your business. So in order for you to become an authority in your business, you've got to have the right mindset, of course, but there's also a lot of different steps that you can go through in order for you to start to unpack your greatness within it. So here are the steps for you to be able to do. One, if you want to, you need to start being recognized as a niche as an expert in your niche. You need to decide what your niche is. I've seen a lot of different people out there the travelers, that's the niche that they're going after. But there's a million different niches that you can go after within our business. Right now, you can go after being a business consultant during tough times. You can do a lot of that, but you need to be able to recognize what niche you're going after. You need to feel comfortable and confident on video. And I'm going to go through after this some of the things that you can do to feel confident. I was kind of out of social media for a bit as I was getting a lot of these materials done. But one of the things that my wife and I have been doing is we've been doing music videos with our kids once a week, and we're going to continue to do them. I'm lucky that my wife is okay embarrassing herself, and then me just standing next to her and saying dumb things as she does all the talent. But you have to feel comfortable and confident on video. And the best way to do that is to get on video. It's the best way to do it. If you're not confident right now, then go out and get uncomfortable. And if you're going to generate the leads that are excited and ready to buy, that's also why I want to teach you to do it. But that means that you're going to have to get out there, and you're going to have to create content that compels your prospects to join you. There's a person that is a friend of mine. I'm not sure where it is that we became friends, but this person posts every day about joining that person in their company. Every day it's like, join me. And I just thought, my gosh, I'm going to mute that person. That to me is not the kind of person that I want to follow. And that's not the kind of content that compels people to follow you. And do less by becoming 800 times more effective. And that's what I'm going to be going through with these. So if you right now don't have the group that if you've got a group that is full of fear, there's a lot of people that are full of fear. But if you have deadbeat leads, blame the marketing, not them. You have to start asking yourself, how are you marketing yourself? And with this new app and the different things that are going to come out, it's going to be very helpful. But one of the best things that you can be doing right now, and I would tell you unequivocally, one of the best things that you can be doing right now is to go out and to start to start and go being positive. There's so much negative out there. The best thing that you can do is start to be positive. And if you do it regularly, you're going to attract the right people. And you say, what is regularly? Every day. Every single day, you have to be able to do it. So what's going to be your biggest obstacle? Well, that's one of the questions. And then ask, what's the best way to get people to know you, like, and trust you? Because that's how it is that you're going to get business, when people know you, like you, and trust you. Well, visibility plus credibility equals profitability. And so that's kind of what I want to go through after I go through this mindset with you guys, is I'm going to take you through an entire, what I call the Video Star Academy. And this is what I used to do myself. And this is how it is that I constantly had leads. So let's talk about Facebook, social media. In 2006, about 6% of the population, 6 million people out there, 6 billion people, or sorry, that's 6 million. Are you too late? No, you're not. But what I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to start to master video. And the best way that you're going to master that is that you're going to have to embarrass yourself for a period. You're going to have to understand that videos are going to be far more effective than just text. And a 1-minute video equals about 1.8 million words of credibility. If you can be effective. You've got to have the great content. You've got to go out there and be able to apply it to people. And I can tell you right now, there's some people that just aren't listening, and those may not be the people that you want to attract. And you also don't want to be the person that's just constantly out there, just constantly sending a message that buy. You have to engage the people for a period. And you may see that the seeds that you plant right now, you may not be able to reap those seeds for months to come. But the people that start right now, you're going to start to have the followers. I'm going to show you how it is that I would use hashtags for me to go out and prospect people. And the way I prospected people is I wasn't prospecting. I was just out there creating relationships with people. So free content is the foundation to your online success, and a live video is even more powerful. Okay. So the 5 steps to becoming an authority in your business: you have to have a big vision. Really do. You have to set up a branded infrastructure, and your brand is you, right? And you need to create valuable content, and then you need to connect before you can ever convert and monetize. You have to emphasize that you're going to have to connect with people before you convert and monetize. And what's the toughest part of this journey? It is to build your personal brand. And there's no better time than right now to build your brand. In any business that you're building, you're selling yourself. People will buy from you if they like you and trust you. Let's just be clear. They will not buy from you if they don't like you and they don't trust you. And if you're constantly just out there and saying buy, and you're not providing value for them, you're not going to get any response from it. The next thing is, it doesn't matter if you have the best business in the world. If you don't successfully position yourself as a leader in the eyes of your clients, you will go nowhere. So everybody that's on this call, everybody that's listening to it, I am emphasizing and I'm imploring you, get your people here. Have them listen to some of the positivity that's on here. That's the number one step. Yesterday, I talked about your daily method of operation, self-improvement every single day. And if you are in a negative state, doesn't matter how much technique I show you, you're not going to be able to connect with anybody. So this is your branding infrastructure right now. And some people might say, Jeff, well, you weren't doing this. This is how I made my money as an affiliate. This is how I made it, is I was constantly out there. And I think you're seeing now between Brad, Phil, and I, we're out there a lot now, first talking to our people. Our people is us, the Jifu family. And from there, you're going to see in the coming weeks that we are going to be very aggressive with our outbound strategy, very aggressive. We've hired an additional person to help us do it. And we've consulted with some of the best people in the business to be able to help us do this as a corporate team. But here's the top things that you got to understand: a Facebook and or business page. I'm getting all of that reset back up for me. LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and your blog. And those are pretty much in order of the way that I used them in the past. I know there's a lot of Instagrammers on our team and TikTokers, and you have to decide what it is that you're going to be passionately going after. But using hashtags and following people and connecting, I know how to do it best with Facebook. That's how I used to do it. So as you start to make your brand, understand that Starbucks coffee is about the same as anything else. They've just done a better job of branding themselves. They can charge $4.50 for what other people can charge $1.50 because they put so much money into their brand. So this is what you're going to need to start to do to be absolutely attractive online, is to be unapologetically you. And anybody who's around me knows that I'm a pretty unfiltered guy as it relates to some of the things that I'm saying. And I think you're going to see on my own personal pages as I start to do this, as we start to ramp up. I'm of course as fearful as anybody of my family having this virus, but I'm unapologetic in saying, quit sitting down in a corner and waiting for the world to fix your problem. There's a lot that you can do right now, even in the face of the fear. And you're going to see that when this passes, I'll attack another fear that people have, and then another fear. But you can't sit back and just wait for somebody to do it. You've got to upgrade your branding assets. You've got to look at your pages and say, does this represent what I want it to represent? And I'm myself going through and redoing all of this, because everything that I had was from a previous company when I was heart and soul in the field doing it. And I got a lot of business from it. And let people get to know you through your video. The people that get to know you will start to trust you, and then you can leave them better than you found them. Understand that the way that you're appearing and your happiness, it's going to change the energy. It's going to breed curiosity, and it's going to make you money. Guys, I'm going to talk about and I'm going to walk through setting up your social media profile, which is your mini website. It's more effective than having your own domain a lot of times. How to upload your photo, the best things to put on there. Your cover photo should be you, not the business. Anybody that's putting a big old picture of Jifu on that instead of themselves is making a mistake. You need to brand you as a business, as an independent business consultant with Jifu. You need to start running your news feed like a TV channel. You guys are going to see we are going to be walking this walk very, very quickly with all these things that we're doing. And we are here to entertain, inspire, and educate. And these videos are going to make us 800% more effective, and we're going to pump them out in large amount. Guys, your social media profile is a warm market generator. It's your own TV channel. And you're going to have to be confident with it. You're going to need to make people laugh. You're going to need to be smile, be upbeat. You're going to need to entertain. And when you start to understand these, and so you can see this is my old one. This is my Jeffery Boyle official one. And I am upgrading all of these things right now in the midst of all the stuff that we're doing. And I can't have my old one on there, but you're going to see I too am going to start to put out a lot of content, and we have already been doing it every single day. Here's your online business profile. Your empire starts with your profile. It needs to make you likable and credible. You need to have your marketing plan, and that's what I'm going to be teaching you, and that's what I'm going to encourage you to do. You're going to need to connect with 3 to 5 people a day. Best way to do that, and I'm going to go through it with you as well, is using hashtags of things that I searched happiness right before we got on, and I saw some really happy people, and that is what I'm looking for. You need to find people that fit your long-term vision, and you need to have a long-term vision, and you need to have a personal growth plan. Guys, the people who are not hopping on these calls or listening to these afterwards, I feel bad for them, because you're missing out on a grand opportunity to be able to improve yourself. And guys, if you're not creating content, you don't exist. That's from Gary Vaynerchuk. Guys, what I want you to know is that Brad, Phil, and I are out there every single day. We're talking with the people, and we are giving of ourselves during this time, first to the affiliates. And as we start to do this, understand we are going to start to switch some of our plan. We're going to very aggressively go out into the public to make this message of hope, this message of happiness, that more people can start to feel it and hear it. Guys, it's a remarkable time right now. And it's remarkable bad, and it's also remarkable good. The decision that you have to ask yourself is that, are you going to be a part of the good, or are you going to be a part of the bad? Are you going to follow through? And Mark Aubin, my friend from Canada, just wrote, great job, young man. Well, thank you. It's nice to be called a young man, Mark. But I want you guys to know it's time to step up. It is time to not let fear own you. It is time to start getting your people on here, having your family, your friends, and other people to get away from just the news cycle all day of doom and start to fix your future now. And guys, I know I went through some of that fast, and my promise is I'm going to go through these step by step, and I'm giving you previews right now. But if you're not reading The Science of Getting Rich, if you're not reading these good books, if you're not and it's such a short book, it's so easy to go through. It's time to rethink your future. And what better time? Everybody has excess time right now. Unless you're sitting and you're causing a bandwidth problem with Netflix, it is time to improve yourself. It is time to lay the foundation, and it is time to make yourself better. Invite your friends and family to this. I'll say it again. Invite your friends and family to this, and together we're going to change the world by us, one by one, going out and reimagining what success can be during this time when other people are just so selfish, and they're letting fear control them. It's okay to be fearful, guys, but it's not okay to let fear shut you down and paralyze you. That is my strong message for the day, and I would tell you, we appreciate what you guys are doing. Mark just wrote, do they need to be a part of Jifu to get on these calls? No, sir. GoJifu.com is a free service that we are giving to the world with it. And understand that the reason, Mark, that I'm going through this, and the reason why I'm taking the time, and the reason why Brad and Phil are doing as well, is we believe that the #1 product we're selling right now is hope, and the world needs it. And if you will follow these things that we do step by step, I think you're going to see that you're going to attract people to you. And we want to attract people to us. And if you start to implement some of these strategies, we will have an army of well-meaning, absolutely value-driven, positive people out spreading the gospel of happiness. That's our goal, guys. We are creating strong, strong foundations right now for an amazing future. And I hope you guys can be a part of it. So thanks for hopping on today, guys. Invite your friends and family to it. Go Gifu, and also make sure that they're on the Gifu member affiliates so they can go through these. I know Brad, Phil, and I in the mornings we're broadcasting those to the main page. These ones I'm putting on the Gifu member affiliates. It's time, guys, to step up. It's time to be a part of the solution. If there's ever a time to do that, it is right now. Thanks for being on, guys. Appreciate you. Time to make something happen. Talk to you soon.